Water is in my chimney cleanout box, which is located in basement, below ground level. It is not an above-ground leak. Water will pour out of cleanout box long after rain has stopped. It clearly is groundwater. We spent $9,000 a few years ago to seal the basement at the wall where the cleanout box is located, and it still is filling with water, flooding the basement storage room, which, luckily, has a step down from the main part of the basement. Please help me. It clearly is water that should end up at sump pump, which says to me the leak is in the cleanout box. But the door to the box is very small, so it's hard to see exactly where a leak might be, even using a flashlight and a mirror, especially because water is in there all the time. What I need to know is who the hell can fix this. Like I said, the $9,000 spent did not fix it. Total waste of money. I do not want to repeat that. Oh, and although we have a clean-out box, for ashes, the fireplace was converted to gas before we bought the house. So this has nothing to do with ashes. It only is about water. P.S. I have checked with the county to see if we are in a high water table. We are not. I even was given water table info from Maryland Geological Survey. A bunch of inspectors from county came and looked at water drainage behind house, behind chimney. Drainage is good, cement is directly behind chimney, slopes down to drain. Please believe me when I tell you the leak is between the cleanout box and the ground. Please don't ask me about lining etc. in chimney. All the standard problems have been ruled out. This is due to below ground level water that is finding its way into cleanout box instead of some pump tiles. It only happens when it rains, and it doesn't have to rain too much for it to happen, but, again, it continues long after rain has stopped. Because the back of the chimney was sealed, part of the $9,000 expenditure, my gut is the leak is on the bottom of the cleanout box. I hope that when I get a response, you engage in a conversation instead of saying the standard stuff that everyone else has, rain from sky, etc. etc. Please respond.
Welcome. We keep going until you have all of the information you need. Extensive training and coaching also available. I am unclear as to why the water is not making it the sump pump you have in the basement. If you can attach some photos of the basement layout and some detail of the sump, if there is one, etc. Post those here using the attach files link at the lower left corner of your reply box. We can go from there.
Sump pump is 5 feet from cleanout box. Picture this, a storage room in basement. You open door. Dead ahead, in center of wall you are facing, which is below ground exterior wall, is cleanout box. 5 feet, okay, maybe 6 feet, to the right is sump pump pit. I thought I mentioned the sump pump. I.e., if cleanout box had no leak, groundwater would end up at sump, hopefully.
I need a few photos of that in order to do you any good. Tell me why the water is not running into the sump pump, and if you think you can cut a 1/2 inch wide, 2 or 3 inch deep slot in the concrete that runs the water into the sump. Or some other way to direct the water into the sump. We will be in this questioning mode for possibly some time, since I cannot see what you have. Only one of many suggestions will turn out to be a solution, the last one. The rest will all miss the target, something like baseball. We can go from there.
I have to eat dinner with kids, so I can't take photos right now. But, FYI, there is a pipe running from cleanout box directly to sump pump, installed by previous owner. It cannot accommodate the amount of water that gets in cleanout box. I will take pictures after dinner.
That's a good plan. Can you tell me what size the pipe is? Is it steel or copper? Is it the diameter of a lead pencil or your thumb?
Here is photo, attached. I think, PVC pipe leads from hole in concrete between cleanout box and storage room so that water in cleanout box, upon reaching a certain level, will drain directly to sump pump pit. Again, it cannot accommodate the amount of water that ends up in box. The door to cleanout box ends up being where the water escapes easily onto the floor of the storage room where furnace and hot water heater are. I.e., not good.
Hello again. The pipe looks big enough to handle 10 or 15 gallons a minute. First step will be to make sure it's clean. Then inspect the flow when it rains. If the pipe is clean, you will see something like that flow rate. If that pipe flows 10 to 15 GPM, it's a huge problem, with no easy solution, as you most likely realize. A fix will involve digging an 24-inch wide trench down to 3 feet below the slab level outside of the foundation wall, filling the trench 12 inches deep with a very specific mix of gravel and crushed granite. Then laying 4 inches perforated drainage tile along the entire wall and possibly around a few corners, sloped 1/4 inch per foot to a deep sump. You will need to fit a clean out so that the perforated drain line can be cleaned 10 or 15 years later. After this, 2 heavy layers of waterproof ABS or butyl rubber membrane are glued to the wall and run at least 12 inches above grade level to 3 feet below the slab and sealed with a special fiberglass reinforced membrane made for the purpose that runs from 12 inches above grade to 24 inches below the slab level. Then the trench is backfilled, starting with 12 inches of gravel and sand mixed with 2 layers of a plastic and fiberglass French drain material, then backfilled. Tell me how the $9,000 job compared those measures in each detail. That will give us an idea if we are on the right track or no, and what errors might have been made with the previous attempts, or even if I am on the right track or not.
Well, I'm not sure. What I know is that the contractor dug out around the fireplace, and about 4 feet to either side of it, and sealed the wall. What that entailed, I honestly don't know. Then, they poured concrete up to the house and sloped it away to the drain. Is there something else I can do to mitigate the problem without digging up behind the house again? And spending thousands of dollars again? Is there a way to expand the pipe or add to it? Or something else?
Thanks, that was a valiant attempt by the contractor. That is a very large drain pipe that you already have installed. It should handle virtually any leak. We need to make sure that is not clogged. Tell me what measures have been taken to keep ash from getting into the drain pipe? I might also be a good idea to modify the ash door threshold so that it is less likely that water will overflow the box. We can go from there.
There is no ash in the box. The fireplace was changed to gas more than 10 years ago. It hasn't burned wood as long as I've lived in the house. I will check to see if the pipe is clogged, but in the event that it is not, what's next step? How would door threshold be modified?
Hello again. Next step would be to examine the door when it's open, and look it over to see if we can fit a watertight neoprene foam gasket. If you can send me 3 or 4 pictures of that with the door open, and some close-ups, I can take a look at it for you.
What is a watertight neoprene foam gasket? And where would it go? Also, I am now out of town until Wednesday, so I can't send photos today. Can this discussion stay open until I'm home again?
Hello again. http://www.polytechinc.com/gasketing. There are dozens of options depending on how irregular the surfaces are. http://screencast.com/txx7 uyurbexcct. It would fit something like a refrigerator door gasket. If you can rate my assistance so far positively, I will hold a question open for you. We are on the honor system here. That will not increase your charges. If you need anything else, just let me know. You can continue asking follow-up questions at no additional charge after rating my service if you still need assistance.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert, now visit justanswer.com/ythi.